coming tonight. We're going to have some fun. This is something that Kris and I have talked about for a while. And you know, before we get started though, there's a few thank yous that I think are really important. First of all, to Kay Barra, who is always very gracious in letting us use her building. She's the principal here, for those of you that don't know. And also, John from Mount Calvary is here. John, raise your hand. Where are you? He's right over here. And John lets us do our combat endurance training in his gym, and it's a very nice gym, so thank you for being here tonight. And then for me, I've got a couple important thank yous. I get a chance to come up with all this crazy stuff, and a lot of it has to do with the people that I have working for me. Mr. Cornell and Mr. Yoshizumi and Hickok and Ms. Dawson, they're all here, so hey, how about we give them a round of applause? And then you know the other guys that are here tonight too. Not all of them, but we've got my mother and father-in-law. They're sitting right up here in the front, so they came over, and then the gal that puts up with most of my baloney is here tonight. You know, she was in the karate schools with me for 20 years, and then she finally said, you know what, you're driving me nuts. I got to get out of here. So my wife is here. She's right over here. And then my daughter's also here, and I'm going to get to say some funny things, so she might get embarrassed tonight. You know how old people are when they start talking, they just can't control them. My son's not here tonight, so Sammy's right here. She's sitting in the front row. And but Kurt couldn't make it because he's in Eau Claire, and he said, Dad, I can't come back every weekend, because he was here on Wednesday. I took him to the Bobby McFerrin concert along with Grandma, and we had a great time. If you've never seen him, it's a real experience. The guy's quite a talent. So anyway, a while ago, Kris had his opening, his debut CD. And Kris and I have known each other since college. And as a matter of fact, he was three years behind me. So I was sort of like one of his older brothers. You know, we had to take care of him because, you know, it was important because these young guys get in trouble. You know how that is in college. So we had to fix him, put him on the straight and narrow. And so, but anyway, when I first got to know him, he was always one of these fired up young guys, you know, a good guy. And then he started playing music, and then you start seeing things in a person that are really neat. You know, in our karate schools, in our exercise program, we always talk a lot about energy and passion and fire. And I started listening to him singing songs and writing his own music, and I said, man, he's really got it. And so when I went down to his CD party, I was listening to him sing and had the whole room full of people there, and I thought, you know, this would be something fun for our folks at the karate school too. So the people that aren't here tonight, they're going to miss out on something. So how about we get Kris out here? Would you join me in giving him a round of applause?
Like negate some of the lies you were telling?
Yeah, there are no lies. I don't tell any lies. Now, Kris, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. You know, I also heard this is a special deal because tomorrow is his 50th birthday. His wife is 50 years old. You know what? You kids, 50 years, that's like dinosaur age. That's a long, long time. But I got to tell Kris something here tonight for the first time. You know, all those years I took care of him in college, and this is something he didn't know, because I'm sitting in my dorm room one day. We used to live over in Laux Hall at the university, and my buddy, who I tried to get here tonight, Randy is his name, he was the resident assistant, the guy in charge. He took care of us. You know, he was also my best man in my wedding, so there's two characters to watch out for this guy. But anyway, I'm in my dorm room one night. Kris, I've never told you this, and it's about 12 o'clock at night, and the phone rings. And I pick up the phone, and the other person on the other line says, is this Fred Nicholas? I said, yes, it is. And the other person says, well, this is Mrs. Risch, Kris's mom. And I said, Mrs. Risch, how are you doing? And she says, look, Fred, Kris is having a little trouble in school. I know you guys are taking good care of him. And look, I want to pay you to be Kris's friend. So, you know, so every month from that point on, she sent me checks. As a matter of fact, I got one this month in the mail. And Kris, you're older now, so you can hear this. I want to pass that on to you.
I'm glad I found out where the money was going, because she wasn't giving any to me.
Now, guys, one of the things that I've got Kris up here for tonight is that you younger people, when we were younger, we listen to a lot of stories. As a matter of fact, I remember sitting in my kitchen table with my dad, and my dad would tell me stories about how it was back then, and when we camped, he'd sit around the campfire, and we heard some great stories, and there were a lot of characters in my old neighborhood in Milwaukee, and the stories just were always flying. So when I heard Kris sing his songs, Kris is also a teacher and a coach, and he's got a lot of great stories, but the stuff I heard was the things he was saying about kids, the same kind of things that we talk about potential and not being afraid, and you're going to hear a lot of that in his music tonight, so I'm going to step off to the side and let him do his thing. So Kris, best of luck.